What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I had a busy day, so I watched the Gennady Golovkin later than when it first came on, because as you guys know, it wasn't televised on HBO, and I was just busy away from home, so I wasn't able to stream it live and watch it. They were fighting, I don't know, in the fucking Bermuda Triangle, and they were on a cruise ship fighting, so I didn't get to watch it live. I have watched it, and I'm back with my post fight. And I hate to say this, but I told you so. If you watch my prediction video, I called it. I called it almost exactly. I said, I don't know. I said Adama seems tough and stubborn. I don't know if Gennady Golovkin is going to knock him smooth out like he did to Ishida, who was a career 154 pounder. Um, but I see it ending in a TKO stoppage between rounds 5 and 7. And guess what? The ref stopped it in round 7. So, pretty much what I predicted, what I projected. Adama, once he got a feel for that power, he would kind of be on his bicycle, um, look a little bit bewildered, and Gennady would just keep wearing him down, and that's exactly what he did. Um, Gennady Golovkin's power is obviously the real deal. I mean, it's clear that he has that brute force because even when he goes to feint, like if you watch Adama, I don't remember what round it was particularly, but he went to feint, and you notice an overreaction from Adama, like oh, like you know what I mean, like he was spooked, like his feints were obviously he has so much power that when he would feint and act like he was gonna punch, Adama would bite and overreact to it because he didn't want to get hit with that punch. Um, so overall, Gennady Golovkin looked pretty solid. He did show spots. He was spotty in some areas. Like I've noticed, he's there to be hit. Maybe it's just because how aggressive he is and that he's pushing the fight and he's not using that much head movement. So it's possibly that. Maybe he feels he doesn't have to. His power is just devastating enough to the point where he could walk guys down. Um, so in terms of what he did bad, I would say he's getting hit. Like in depending on who he fights, especially if he moves up in weight to 175, you're not going to want to get hit that much. Um, so he can be hit. We noticed that. I've seen that in multiple fights, the Gabe Rosado fight, Curtis Stevens fight, and now this fight with Adama. And it just so happens that he's winning the battle of attrition, but that could be bad. He should improve and work on his defense to a degree. Not bad, but in spots he's getting hit too much, and it's boxing, so I expect a fighter to be hit. Um, Other than that, I mean, his performance was good. He's a master at cutting off the ring, which is what I really like. Like you'll see Adama, and he's trying to elude Gennady Golovkin, and he's just cornering him, like which way you going, which way you going, and he's just constantly in your face. I love that about Gennady Golovkin. Another thing that he does beautifully is when he licks off body shots, he really digs to the body. Like he has a lot of torque when he's throwing the punch, and he gets a lot of leverage. Like he gets that like that chopping motion to maximize his power. Like he really digs to the body, which is, I mean, very impressive. And if you really want to hurt a guy, take his breath away with that body shot. So that's another thing I like about Gennady Golovkin. When he chops to the body, he really chops the tree down. Um, but like I said, the fight was really what I expected. Um, I had the rounds pretty much predicted, how it would end predicted. I'm getting to the point where I'm just tired of seeing Gennady Golovkin fight guys that, I mean, it's clear that if you're a C plus fighter or B fighter, like a B minus fighter, you don't stand a chance. So it's about time to start seeing them up against some elite level fighters at middleweight. That's what I really want to see. Just some people who are real certified and have solid wins and a credible resume. Um, you look at Adama, not a bad fighter, but I mean, he's not a world beater. He lost to Daniel Gill, who lost to Darren Barker, who lost to Felix Sturm. Um, I give Gennady Golovkin props for staying busy. I mean, he had like 8 fights in 3 years or something crazy. He's had a lot of fights. I think he fought 3 times last year. Gabe Rosado, Ishida, and Curtis Stevens. So this is a fourth fight. But I don't want to keep seeing just stay busy tune-up fights. You're clearly a force to be reckoned with in the middleweight division. I understand the Cold War. I understand boxing is a business. I understand that some fighters may not even want to see you. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Gennady Golovkin, to me, is no more scary than Mike Tyson, when he first came out. And if Mike Tyson could get fights at heavyweight, and he was, to me, I think Mike Tyson had more power in his respective division. Gennady Golovkin has the the best knockout percentage in boxing today, so I'm not taking anything away from him. But I see, like, Mike Tyson. If you watch, I mean, I have a DVD with Mike Tyson highlights. Mike Tyson was fighting grown ass men, like, bigger than him, and I'm not saying Gennady Golovkin's not, but he was fighting dudes that were way bigger than him, like 6'5", 6'6", and built. You know what I mean? Buff, in shape, and he was really just separating them from their senses, like their eyes rolling in the back of their head. Like, his power was scary. Gennady Golovkin has scary power too, but I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same as a Mike Tyson. And if anyone wants to argue, we can really go deeper into the crates and then go fight for fight and determine who has more power, just ferocious. And again, I'm not shitting on Gennady Golovkin. He's a tremendous puncher. But point being, if Mike Tyson in his prime was able to get fights at heavyweight, there has to be somebody at middleweight who could fight him. If Felix Sturm or Sergio Martinez doesn't want to fight him, there has to be some level of pay or some contract or some arrangement that can be made where you can get actual middleweights. Because realistically, guys like Gabe Rosado, guys like Ishida, those are career 154 pounders. That was Gabe Rosado's first fight at middleweight. So if he has the balls and the guts to step up and fight him, you mean to tell me there's no middleweights who are gutsy enough to fight him? Like I said, I'm sure some people are ducking him, but there has to be a credible middleweight out there that can give him a run for his money. Shit, even Sergio Mora has a resume, and I've seen him on record saying he'll fight Gennady Golovkin. So there's people out there. I've interviewed Peter Quillen. He said he would fight him. Obviously, the Cold War comes into play, so I don't know how that would work. But I don't really know if what Triple G's situation is. He's not signed to Top Rank. He's with K2 and Triple G Promotions. And his last fight with Adama wasn't even fucking on HBO. They didn't even televise it. So, I mean, if you know anything about contracts, I don't see how that would be the case. How did he fight in Monte Carlo if he has a contract with HBO to the point where he couldn't branch off? So I think the Peter Quillen fight might be able to be done. I don't know. I'm not either fighter's manager, but Gennady Golovkin, he's a freight train. He's a force, and I want to see those top fights. I'm sick of seeing the Ishidas and Gabe Rosado coming up in weight, and the Adamas who lost to Daniel Gill. You got to start mixing them up. Put him in there with the Sergio Mora, Daniel Gill, Peter Quillen, obviously a Sergio Martinez, Felix Sturm if he wants to fight. There has to be somebody. They're talking about Kirkland. It's still another fighter coming up in weight, but Kirkland is a warrior, so it could be interesting. But I really want to see Gennady Golovkin against the elite level middleweights. Fuck this Floyd Mayweather shit. It's funny how a lot of fighters have these prerequisites. They're willing to drain themselves and go down in weight to 154, but for Mayweather only. They don't want to fight Canelo. They don't want to fight Edeslani Laura. They don't want to fight Angulo. They don't want to fight nobody at 54 but Mayweather. So to me, that stipulates one thing. They want that monetary gain. They know if they're bigger than Mayweather, they feel they have a shot to beat him. But even if they don't, then they get an awesome paycheck, the biggest paycheck of their life. So I'm sick of everybody calling out Mayweather. Like, it's just getting old. I understand if you're pound for pound considered one of the best, but There's a lot of guys who are on the pound for pound top 10 list, and they don't get called out as much. However, you know that Mayweather's big bucks and people going after him. Luis Collazo's going after him. Sergio Martinez wants to fight. Gennady Golovkin wants to fight. I mean, realistically, I want to fight. Everybody wants the Mayweather fight. So I really think, and the other thing that trips me out is for some of the fans, it works one way. Gennady Golovkin and his team have openly stated a Ward fight is possible for the future, but they don't want to go up to 168 right now, at the moment. They said he has work to do at 160. So focus on that. That's understandable. Okay, you want to stay at clean house at 160 and then move up to 168 when you want to or when you feel your job is done. Then don't bring up this, oh, I'll fight only Mayweather at 54. It just sounds like you're after money or whatever. That's just my opinion on it. Clean house, and again, some people are gonna be like, "Oh, Mayweather's a bitch. He won't fight Gennady Golovkin." So Mayweather, being the fighter who couldn't even make his own catch weight, I'm not making excuses. These are facts. He had a catch weight with Canelo, and the night of the fight, he didn't even weigh his catch weight. He was under his catch weight of 152 pounds. I mean, that's not realistic to me. You have guys who fight a weight class below Mayweather in the 140-pound division who, on the night of fight, they rehydrate and weigh more than Mayweather's ever weighed on any fight. And he's fought at 54, or he's fought at 54 twice, and he fought at 52 against Canelo. And you got guys like Lucas Matisse. Go back, watch the tape. Lucas Matisse versus Mike Dallas Jr., a last-minute replacement that stood no fucking chance against Lucas Matisse, period. Lucas Matisse, I believe, weighed 168 when he rehydrated. Brandon Rios against Mike Alvarado Part 2, I think he weighed like 165. Like, he weighed over 165, I believe. Maybe even close to 170. So you got guys at 140 who rehydrate more than Mayweather has ever rehydrated in 18 years of his career. So I just think the Gennady Golovkin's not realistic. I don't think it'll happen. Plus, Mayweather calls his own shots, so it's not even worth talking about. But Gennady Golovkin, hell, he's exciting. I just want to see him fight the better fighters at 160. Enough of the Adamas and the Ishidas. Like, I mean, I don't really give much of these guys any credit or a chance to beat him anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm really anxious to see him step up, fight the Martin Murrays of the world, the Sergio Martinez's, people like that, Peter Quillen. Any of those fights sound good to me. Let me know what you guys think. Gennady Golovkin, awesome power. He has the technique. He cuts off the ring well. Just looking forward to some big things in 2014. Anxious to see who he's going to fight. I think they're trying to make him fight again in April. So props to him also for staying busy as fuck and executing the competition that is in front of him. Because you have to give him credit for, even if you think he's fighting bums or career 154-pounders or whatever, he's on his 16th consecutive knockout. So, I mean, the dude has some serious skill. He has some serious power. And that's not normal to really offset and get people that disoriented when you hit them. So, like, I mean, the dude, he's legit when it comes to punching power. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.